Hello, New Jersey. All right, so before we bring our special guest out, a little housekeeping. I'm Reed Harris. I'm with the UFC. The microphones are there and there. And what we do at these Q&As is we have a little contest. And the fan that asks the best question, I'll send you a duffel bag full of merchandise, all right? So think of your questions. Don't ask stupid questions, which is usually about half of them. So anyway, our guest today is the #1 contender and has now signed to fight probably the best fighter in the world, Anderson Silva. Second best, there you go. Especially in New Jersey, right? So before I bring him out, we have a quick piece we'd like you to watch.
I grew up in Bolden, New York, which is on Long Island. I've never left. I definitely grew up fighting. You know, I had a tough older brother who, if he wasn't beating me up, he was making me fight his friends. I just grew up fighting, you know, and I think it helps a lot. I had a bunch of fights in this place. This is where I first started fighting, right here. I walked here every day when I was a little kid, from kindergarten to 6th grade. This is the high school where I grew up. I met my wife here, played all the sports, wrestled. I was a 2-time county champion. I'm not happy at all. I'm 0% satisfied with any of my accomplishments. I'm going to keep going as hard as I can, working every day as hard as I can to get that belt. And I'm not going to stop till I get it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated 9-0, Chris Weidman.
What's up, Jersey? How you doing? How you doing? What's going on? Where's the question start from? Over there.
How about right here, man?
How you doing?
Doing great. Hey, I know everybody watched this season, big time, The Ultimate Fighter, and the most anticipated fighter coming out was Uriah Hall. Given your personal experience with Uriah Hall, for those of you guys who don't know him, Uriah Hall got a TKO from this cat right here. So, given all the excitement surrounding him, what do you think about his upcoming tenure on the UFC?
I think he's, you know, just so you guys saw on the Ultimate Fighter, he's a very talented guy, and I think, you know, mentally he still needs to improve a little bit and get a little bit mentally tougher. But very talented. You know, his ceiling is very high. You know, I think that last loss of his was probably really good for him. You know, build him to get him even better. So.
All right, thanks so much, man.
No problem, man. Thank you.
What's going on, bud? Whoa.
What's up? Don't trip,
yeah,
please.
No. A couple questions. First question is, how's the house?
It's coming along. I appreciate that. Yeah, first floor is still not completely done, but almost there. Hurricane Sandy, everybody.
Yeah, if you didn't know,
no good.
His house was totaled during it. But and my second question is, do you have an update on Al? Because I know he got injured.
Yeah, actually, I don't know what's going on with him. I think he was looking on. Last thing I heard is he was getting an MRI. And waiting to hear back from that, and then I guess possibly getting a surgery and then go from there. But yeah, he's talking about Ali Quinta. He's a stud. He was supposed to be debuting in the UFC on this card, but he had an injury. But tough dude.
Well, we'll hope for the best for him, man. My last question is, what's your thoughts on potentially becoming the second current champion that's from New York?
I'm real pumped for that, man, and I hope it does something about getting MMA legal in New York, because it's kind of ridiculous it's not there.
Yeah, I mean, 2 champions in the state, and you can't have any pro fights. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, there's a huge talent pool from New York, and not really in Jersey, but in New York, you know. So I'm just kidding. just kidding.
All right.
Yeah, no, definitely, it's kind of ridiculous, you know.
All right, thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Chris Weidman, next
up?
middleweight contender. I'm really excited to be here. This is awesome. As a Long Island resident, I really would like to know what we could do to help support or get mixed martial arts legal, so we can hop on the Ronkonkoma train line and make it out to Penn Station. See you at Madison Square Garden. What can I do as a fan? What can the people do? Talk to me, bud.
You know what's funny? I just was lobbying up in Albany with Lorenzo Fertitta and Ronda Rousey, and I mean, we have an overwhelming amount of support from the politicians with the senators and the assemblymen. It's all about getting, the Speaker of the House to put the vote on the floor with the Assembly. And so it's kind of like, it's all, I'm sure you've heard at this point there's a lot of dirty politics going on with Las Vegas politics rubbing off on the New York guys. So I don't know if there's much you could do. I think just being vocal and just, letting everybody know how much you really appreciate the sport of mixed martial arts and how much it would mean to you for it to be in New York is probably the best bet right now.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate it. Good luck with your fight. You got this, bro.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hey, Chris. John from Long Island.
What's up, man? We're in Long Island.
Yeah, represent.
Where in Long Island?
Seaford.
Okay, cool. Right there. Nice.
Coming from growing up in Long Island, I wanted to know, how do you feel representing going into New York as the face or potentially the next big thing in martial arts, representing New York and Long Island?
No, I think it's definitely huge and it's exciting. My biggest concern right now is Anderson Silva and getting that belt, and then I think all those good things.
Referring to that, with Chael Sonnen's performance using his wrestling and his striking, you have better ground and pound than Chael, and you have better wrestling than. And statistically on paper, I think it just sets you up as next middleweight champion.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, I don't know if I have better wrestling than Chael or ground and pound, by the way. No,
I beg to differ.
Thanks.
Hey, we got questions over here.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys. I think we had to rotate, right?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? All right, rotation.
Hey, Chris. My question is, how do you prepare mentally for a phenom like Anderson Silva?
That's a good question. I mean, I think the best thing that Anderson Silva does is mentally destroy people before they even get in the cage with him. And then once you get in the cage with him, he does a great job of making you feel like, yo, you do not belong in this cage with me. You're terrible. I'm the man. You're gonna find a way out of this fight. So I think the biggest thing is just, I'm very confident. I know my skill set. I've seen what Chael has done to him. I've seen his weaknesses, and I think I can expose him again and look for a finish or good performance. You just gotta be confident, and you can't, you can say anything you want, before the fight, but it's all about when you touch those gloves, do you still have that confidence? And I'm gonna make sure I do.
Yeah, it's that mental game. So you're
ready.
It's all
mental, man. Thanks. Yeah.
All right, thanks.
Hey, how you doing? My question is, Anderson, we said before that the blueprint is out there to beat Anderson, but the real question is, how do you mentally prepare for like the legend and kind of like the mystique of Anderson Silva? And also, is there any added pressure given the profile that Anderson has? Like, it's probably like one of the hardest things to do is to get a rematch. I mean, Chael had to talk himself into, the rematch. So is there any added pressure to the fight, knowing that it might be your only chance to fight him?
I mean, as far as, what was the first part of the question?
Dealing with the mystique and like the high profile of Anderson Silva.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question because I've actually, when I started MMA about 4 years ago, he was the champion at 185, and when I made the decision to go 185, I had to believe I could beat the champion of the world, or there was no reason for me to do this. So from the get-go, no matter who I was fighting coming up in the Ring of Combats in Tropicana in Atlantic City, I wasn't only training to beat those guys who I was paired up against. I was training already at that point to beat Anderson Silva, become the best in the world. And now I finally, earned the opportunity to get that, and I'm not going to let it slip through my fingers.
Gotcha. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, what's going on, Chris? Huge fan, by the way.
Thanks.
Question in regards to like obviously Chael exploited Anderson's weak areas in the ground. Are you comfortable like with standing up with him, or are you trying to in a sense take it to the ground? Like how are you going to approach the fight with him?
I think obviously my main strengths are going to be on the ground, but I think it's also very important to be comfortable standing out with him. Because you don't want to be stressing on your feet, so nervous. You're going to have nervous energy. Even if you get them down to the ground, you're going to be more tired and stuff like that. So I think it's important to stay comfortable, believe in yourself and believe in your awareness, and just move forward. And once I get the takedown, just stay relaxed.
Absolutely. Good luck.
Thank you. So let's do this. We'll do three. We'll do 3 on this side, 3 on that side, so I don't have to move around. But we'll start here.
My question is, if you weren't in the UFC, what would your dream job be? And also, when you're not fighting, what do you like to do for fun?
I don't know what my dream job would have been, but I know what I was probably ending up going to be. Probably was going to end up doing. I just got my master's in physical education right before I decided to start doing this. So probably a phys ed job or a college coach, with the wrestling. So one or the other. And probably, still trying to compete for the Olympics in wrestling. That'd probably be it. And what do I do for fun? I really hang out with the family as much as I can because, when you're training as hard as we do, when you get that off time, you really just try to, focus on your family. And that's what I, like to do. That and video games. Just as important.
All right, thank you.
Just kidding.
How you doing, future champ?
Thanks. I like that. Thanks.
I got a couple of questions for you. Not if, but when you win the title from Anderson, will you be giving Costa a title fight when he earns it? So that's question one. And question two is, who do you feel is the best unsigned talent today?
Well, if I beat Anderson Silva and Costas, earns the #1 contendership, it's something we would talk about, and I'm sure for the title, I think we definitely fight. But in any other circumstance, that wouldn't happen.
Makes sense.
And then, what was the other thing?
Oh, and who do you think's the best unsigned talent?
Unsigned talent. All these guys in the gym that I see all the time, they're gonna freaking hate me right now because I can't pinpoint. Let me think. I'm not gonna pinpoint. I don't really know. I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot out there though.
Yeah, my choice is Shorty Roxantella, just so I get on the record of that.
See, Jersey guy?
Yeah.
Sounds familiar. Ring of Combat guy, I think, right?
Yes, AMA.
170, 55, something like that.
Nah, he's like a 125.
Oh yeah, that's the same guy.
Yeah, future champ there too.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Was that 3 yet? Last one. All right.
Met you in Atlanta at 145 with Gray and Ryan and Aaron. We just want to say you guys were so personable from a fan's perspective. That means a lot. And
thank you.
My question is, other than the guys from the gym, who are you training with, and what are you going to do outside the gym to get prepared for this fight?
I think we're bringing in a lot of guys, a lot of different guys for this fight. I don't want to start mentioning names because nothing's solidified yet, but definitely bringing in some guys that can kind of impersonate Anderson Silva a little bit, and maybe can't really stand like him, but might have the jiu-jitsu like him, and vice versa. So just get some different looks like that, and then also I think a big thing is working with Chael Sonnen. He did beat the guy 6 rounds, right. Straight, and so get some thoughts from him.
Good luck.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good. First of all, on behalf of the Underground, we want to welcome you to Jersey.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Matt Phillips in the
I gotta
house.
learn this sign. I don't know what it really is.
So baby, right here.
This is the best I got. My fingers are like weird. I can't do it.
Just a quick question. If you could go back in time, or even present, who would be one fighter you would absolutely want to fight outside of mixed martial arts or in mixed martial arts, whether it be a boxer, somebody like the likes of Bruce Lee? Who would be somebody that you would love to fight, past, present?
I think I got my dream matchup right here coming July 6th. I really think I do. I don't think you beat it. So I think Anderson Silva is the guy to accomplish that.
Awesome. Good job. Well, good luck, bud.
Thank you.
Hi, Chris. I was just wondering, if you do beat Anderson Silva, let's fast forward, say, 20 years to your retirement. What would be the biggest achievement, winning a UFC title or being the guy that dethroned Silva?
It depends on what happens after that. Who do I beat after that? And I don't know. You never know.
But surely, he's so epic.
Say.
If you beat him, you'll be remembered forever. Is that bigger than winning a title?
I don't know. It's hard to say. He is obviously the greatest of all time, but I don't know what. I don't know. I really don't know.
You don't know.
They're both awesome. Both awesome.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, what's going on, Chris?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Not much. Everyone knows your wrestling accolades, and everyone knows what you've accomplished in wrestling. But in '09, with the year of BJJ, you went and competed at ADCC. You have any plans on ever doing it again?
Yeah, I would love to do that again. I feel like I think I had about 8 months of jiu-jitsu when
and you fought Galvão, so obviously.
Yeah, so that was a great experience, and I feel like now I obviously it's been, what is that, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. 3.
Yeah, 3-4 years ago. I definitely improved a lot, so I feel like I'm definitely a top competitor with the grappling. I would love to prove it, but I'm going to have to do that in the octagon. So,
Well, yeah.
not a
Thank
bad
you.
place. More money, you know.
True.
You guys wouldn't be here talking to me right now if I was just a grappler, so I appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
Thanks.
Hey, Chris, how's it going?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, thank you. Question, why do you think so many fighters like Chael Sonnen and fans feel so confident that you're going to be the one to dethrone Anderson Silva?
I don't know. Maybe they see a little something special in me. No,
Yeah?
I feel weird saying that.
Just a little bit, right?
Yeah, I don't, you know, I'm not sure. I think I really feel like it's on paper. I have a terrible skill set. I'm a nightmare matchup for Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
You know, on paper, you can't deny it. You know, I've definitely have better wrestling, and I definitely believe I've proven I have better jiu-jitsu. And I think I have the cardio, the athleticism. You know, I think there's a lot of stuff that's siding with me on this fight. So I think that's what they might be seeing.
Gotcha. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back this way? Yeah.
What's up, Chris? Big fan.
Thanks, buddy.
So many people may not know this, but in 151, when Sonnen was going through the whole thing like 7 days, I'm going to beat him up, you were actually another person that challenged for the Jones title. What was going through your head and really like thinking you could beat Jones?
Obviously, I think you figured out at this point. I definitely believe in myself, and you know, if you're in the sport, you have to. And I just want to fight the best people ever. I want to get inside the cage with the best, and I believe I could beat them. I want that challenge, and I prove myself right. You know, so when Chael, wait, who got hurt again?
It was Dan Henderson.
Yeah, Dan Henderson got hurt. I just told my manager, I'm like, hey, I would love the opportunity to get in there, you know, with him, and it ended up not working out. They canceled the event, but.
All right,
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Hey, what's up again, bud? Going off of what he said.
Did you cut the line?
No.
You're gonna get beat up. No,
just
kidding.
re-weighted. Quick two-part. On the off-season, what do you weigh around?
It depends what kind of off-season we're talking about. If I was off injury and I had to be on my couch for a while, I've seen, you know, 230 up in there, you know. But that was, I mean, I'm a fat mess at that point. There was actually right before my Tom Lawler fight, I had a couple nagging injuries, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not doing anything, because no matter what I did, I felt like I was getting banged up. So I'm like, I'm not doing anything for 2 months. It was during the summer, and I literally, you know, when I started trying to get back into shape again, I started jogging around the block. I literally just halfway down the block, my calves were freaking burning. I had like shin splints. My lower back was giving out me. I'm like, this is terrible. So getting back in shape is like the worst thing in the world. So now I've been trying to stay in shape the best I can.
Well, staying on that, I know, you know, it's never good to look past your opponent or look into the future, or at least too far into the future. Do you ever see yourself possibly, you know, maybe moving up, like to 205, or?
Yeah, exactly what you say. I mean, obviously I'm focused on 185 right now, but who knows eventually. Yeah, it depends, you know, what you fans want to see and what, you know, UFC wants to do. I'll do whatever.
Fair enough.
Thank you. All right, one more on this side. Right?
Hey, Chris, Dave from New Jersey.
What's
Thanks for doing this, by the way. I think you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you.
And two questions I have for you is one, George, GSP said not only were you going to beat Anderson, he said you're going to finish him. I mean, how does that make you feel that somebody like George has that much confidence in you to, you know, make that prediction?
It's definitely a nice boost of confidence because, you know, it's always you feel a certain way and, you know, you believe in yourself. But when you have other guys in the sport, especially like George St. Pierre, believe in, you know, what, you know, something that you feel like you could do that he's actually saying too. So it definitely felt great, you know.
Right. Okay, yeah, and when you're fighting Anderson, whatever you do, don't wait for the first 30 seconds or 60 seconds for him to analyze you, because he does it to every fighter except Chael, and Chael almost beat him.
Yeah.
The last question I have is, can you explain like your experience when Hurricane Sandy hit the area, like how the MMA community came together? I don't think they gave enough publicity to that fact. I think, you know, it's a really nice story.
Yeah, no, it was a crazy event. It's funny. Me and my cousin, we stayed at my house. My family left, obviously, with my kids and wife and stuff like that. And at first, I'm thinking, oh, it's just a guys' night out. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna eat some bad food and whatever, and maybe play some board games or something. And then all this, you know, because the worst hurricane we ever had was Hurricane Irene, which was the year before as far as flooding, and didn't even get into our garage. And then all of a sudden, we had everything stacked in the garage just in case it got in there. And all of a sudden, I hear a huge noise from the garage. I'm like, what? I go open up the door into the garage, and it's just literally the water knocked down everything in the garage. Everything spilt over. You know, some important stuff to us was just floating in the water. I'm just like, what the crap? I'm like, all right, this is not a joke anymore. And I'm like, there's no way it's going to actually get into the first floor. There's no way.
Yeah.
And before you know it, things coming through the bathroom tubs. I mean, you know, the bathtubs and the toilet seats, and it's just overflowing from the granite and coming through. I mean, to the tiling, to the floor, or whatever. It was, it became, you know, from a fun situation to a really crazy situation. Now we're just trying to save stuff, bring it upstairs, and but still at that point, I was still videotaping. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. You don't really realize what kind of effect it's going to have on you, you know, for as long as it has. Because obviously it's been about 6 months now, and we still don't have a first floor. We still have construction in our house every day. You know, it's a pain in the butt.
All right, thanks a lot.
And the MMA community was great,
Yeah.
100%. Overwhelming amount of support.
Yeah.
You know, I felt really blessed. You know, I didn't feel bad for myself for a second. You know, my neighbor is about 80 years old, and he has no flood insurance, and you know, he thought he had his life figured out, and all of a sudden he gets thrown a curveball, and you could see it. He actually just fired his contractor, and he's trying to do the work himself. It's just a disaster, man. There's a lot of people who are really hurting.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck.
All right, thank you. Hey.
Hi. How do you feel about women being in the UFC, and do you have a favorite female fighter?
Yeah, you know, I love it, and Ronda Rousey, definitely.
She's my favorite,
Yeah,
too.
she's pretty awesome, obviously.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, how's it going? Question about your Mark Munoz fight. When you had him down and you were pounding him and you finished the fight, it definitely took the ref a little longer than you needed to stop the fight. And so I was just wondering, like, what was going through your mind at the time? Like, did you know that you had it? Did you feel like a responsibility to let up, even though the ref, you know, didn't stop the fight, like, when he probably should have?
Yeah, I mean, looking back, I wish I actually just hit that elbow and walked away, because he face planted, and you know, from the ref's point of view, it was kind of odd. The elbow did come fast, and it's not like an elbow that anybody, you know, that they see very often. So, and I wasn't sure. I knew I hit him really good, but I'm grabbing a hold of him, and I'm hearing my coaches yell, "Keep going!" My coaches actually didn't even know what happened. They thought I just ducked a punch and I'm taking him down. So they're going, "No, let's ground and pound him." So I'm not really knowing what's really going on. I'm not sure if he. You know, it's weird when you're in there. It's just the adrenaline's rushing, and you're not really sure. You know, you're just in the moment. You're not really sure if he's out or not. You're just focused on winning that fight. You know, whatever it sounds. But obviously, I'm not a big fan of, you know, hitting guys, you know, after they're out. You know, but.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Thank you.
What's up, Chris?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I got a two-part question.
Okay.
First part, what kind of meals do you eat when you're cutting weight? Second part, what's your favorite thing to eat after you get off that scale?
Okay. Yeah, when I'm cutting weight, so the week of, it's got to be like low sodium stuff. If I'm really having a tough time, I just stick with the grilled chicken and, you know, a little bit of vegetables. But if I'm doing a little better with the weight, I like to have eggs, you know, stuff like that. So egg whites, and you just can't have any sodium. And then right after weigh-ins, my last couple of fights, I've been having spaghetti and meatballs as soon as I'm done, and it's warm. So my coaches and everybody, they make sure that it's nice and warm as soon as I hop off the scale, because your stomach, you know, tightens up so much from cutting the weight that you need something to kind of expand it. And so spaghetti and meatballs make me feel great.
All right, man. Cool. Good luck.
Thank you. Was that 3? I don't know.
That was 3.
Oh, that was 3? All right. Good guy.
Thank you. Hi, Chris. Like I
Hey.
told you Wednesday, big fan of you, coming from Brazil.
Thank you.
I'm going against Anderson Silva. He lost all the respect for me when he fight Danny Maia. Got 2 questions for you. One is about Danny Maia fight. All this thing he did, like the jumping thing, you know, running around the ring. What do you think about when a fighter acts like that? Like sometimes the Diaz brothers do that too. I think that's so disrespectful with the other fighters and with us, with the fan. You know, we want to see the guy's fighter. And a champion, I don't think he can do something like that. You know, if you go back like Radio Couture, Chuck Liddell, they'll never act like that in the ring, you know?
I mean, it's definitely a good question.
Thank you.
The thing is, you know, I think a lot of the reason he's doing it is to kind of mentally mess with the guy and make him feel like he doesn't belong in there. Like, I'm so relaxed right now that I could do all these different antics, and I'm not taking it serious. Like, he was doing, like, drunken boxing scenes in there or whatever. It was, you know, yeah, but I agree. If it gets to a point where you're not finishing the fight, like, you could do all this, but you're not going for the finish, then there's a problem, you know? And then you are being disrespectful. But if you're in there and you're doing it every once in a while to mess with the guy and make him feel like he doesn't really belong in there with you, I got no problem with that.
Okay, and the other one, how you going to finish him? How you like to finish him?
I mean, any way possible. A nice little elbow would be nice.
There we
know,
go.
I'll
I'm with
take
you.
that.
Good luck, man.
Thanks, man. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Hey, Chris, truly good luck when you fight him. We hope you take this.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
One question I have, I've been to other
Where are you from? You're not from Jersey, are you?
No.
Where are you
I'm
from?
West Virginia.
Okay.
The
I didn't want to put you on
giveaway-
spot. You have the V-neck on, though, right?
Yeah,
So it's Jersey. That's kind of
right.
Jersey. Right. You're doing good. You're doing good. You're fitting in.
I've been to other pro events, and none of them have the electricity that a UFC event has. I went to Vegas last year, watched Mir and Dos Santos, and just walking in, you can feel the electricity.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. As a fighter, can you describe to us how you feel from that locker room going in and then into the cage?
Yeah, it's an absolute surreal feeling because, you know, your whole training camp, you're just visualizing this moment, and then all of a sudden it's there. And you're doing it, it's just kind of like you're looking from a different perspective. You're almost looking down at yourself doing it because you've been almost like dreaming of it and envisioning it for so long. And but when you're in the locker room, the speakers are just pounding through that locker room. I mean, and then when you finally get out there into the crowd, it's just, you know, you got to maintain your focus is the main priority. You know, focus on that fight, focus on staying confident is pretty much the biggest thing. But the chills and I mean, it's undescribable.
When you get in the cage, I've got buddies that have cage fought. I've never been in a cage, but does it all shut out when you get in there and you see that guy?
Yeah, pretty much. The way I really look at it is like it's just another training session. You know, I'm in there and with another guy, just like I've been doing, you know, throughout the whole training camp. And every time I train, I'm going to defeat my guy, mentally defeat him, physically defeat him in training. So when it goes into the cage, it becomes the same thing.
Well, good luck, brother.
Thanks.
What's going on, Chris? How you doing?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, quick question. Last year, there was 4 contenders going around. You, Bisping, Belcher, and Boach, I think, were all contenders to have the next shot at Anderson. 3 of them lost, and just you left. And I'm wondering, even after that, Anderson Silva and his whole camp were saying you're not worthy, you don't deserve a shot, you haven't beaten anybody. How do you not be pissed off about that and have extra incentive to whip his ass come July 6th?
I got enough incentive just from my personal pride and like visualizing this moment for 4 years. But no, it's crazy how this fight ended up. I had shoulder surgery. There was a couple other contenders that were going to have the shot. Like Bisping, if he would have won, he would have had the shot instead of me. And it really is crazy how it ended up working out. But obviously, I'm very grateful for the opportunity. And when I got injured, I felt, and I was lined up to fight Boach. I felt like something good was going to come from this. I felt like, regardless of not getting the Boach fight, I felt like I was going to be fighting a bigger name, maybe not Anderson at that point, because you had a couple guys like Bisping and Belcher, I think at that point too, that were ahead of me. And then it got actually down to me and Rashad. I had a meeting with Dana White and Lorenzo, and they said, "Listen, it's going to be between you and Rashad." And then Rashad ended up losing. I'm sitting there doing an appearance in a club in Jersey, Chris Michaels in Jersey, and I'm just like, it's me. I definitely should get this shot. But then it's still Anderson Silva and them. They wouldn't say they were going to fight me. It was, the typical thing that they were going to be, set against Chael and, other guys. So I just kind of relaxed and held back. And then all of a sudden I'm out lobbying for MMA in New York. And Lorenzo was like, "Hey, by the way, I spoke to Anderson. You're gonna be fighting him July 6th." I'm like,
well, about time we got some balls to fight you then.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Is that through? Over here. All right.
Hey, Chris, what's going on?
What's up?
My 2 questions are, what is your biggest learning experience and obstacle as an MMA fighter? And what is one fact that the average MMA fan would not know about you?
That's some good questions. I think the biggest thing, you're going to always have, things happen in your life, personal issues, you're going to have physical issues. There's always going to be certain things in your life that hold you down. And it's all about just keeping a positive mindset through those things that I think propels you to, having, success. So, I mean, it's the same thing with, anybody, no matter what you do. You're going to have setbacks.
Absolutely.
But you just got to keep a positive mindset and realize there's a lot of people who have it a lot worse than you, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, what's the rest of
The second question was, what is one fact that, like, the average MMA fan would not know about you?
I was arm wrestling New York State champion back in college. And it was my only time ever doing it. I just joined the States and I freaking dominated everybody. It was awesome.
Take care of business at 162, buddy.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, Chris. My name is Jeremy. I'm from Kansas City.
Huge fan of yours. Huge Sonnen fan as well. Hope he wins tomorrow. But
Awesome. Cool.
I'll be in Vegas cheering for you.
Thank you.
Just wanted to say one thing and then had one question. First of all, just make sure you tie your shorts real tight on the Anderson Silva fight. And second of all, one of the things about Silva I've noticed that contributes to his longevity is he seems like he ducks fights a lot. What do you think forced his hand into fighting you so early?
There was no one left really, and I think I am a nightmare matchup for him. If he had his way, he wouldn't be fighting me. But the UFC and Lorenzo and Dana wanted to make the fight happen, and there's no dodging that. When they have their headset. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I know. Yeah, everybody's saying I should be wearing tights for the fight. Is that what you guys think? Because he grabbed shorts, but I got skinny legs, man. I don't want to look like an idiot out there, man.
Hey, Chris. Name's Joe. Big fan.
What's up?
Was wondering what a typical day of training for Anderson Silva looks like, from when you wake up to when you go to bed. What's a day look like?
Pretty much training for anybody. Normal day, get up, watch cartoons with the kids. Get some breakfast, and then you're out the door, and it's just nonstop. Every day could be different, but you go to Longo's or Matt Sarah's, get my training, maybe a sparring, and then you got jiu-jitsu, and then you have holding pads, maybe strength and conditioning. It just kind of varies, but no matter what, I am going to work as hard as I possibly can every single day, and that's the main thing. I got my kids I see before I leave, and I'm not going to do, it's almost like an injustice to them to not train as hard as I possibly can and do the best with my ability while I have it. So that's really the main goal every day. No matter what I do, just work as hard as I possibly can.
Cool. Thank you. Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
Hey, Chris.
Over here. We're still over here, right? You let me know. I know you know. Where are we at? We're over here?
I'm sorry about that, man. But, Chris, I just want to say it's thank you for being such a good, positive representative of mixed martial arts. And my question is, as an up-and-coming fighter, were there any fighters where you would try to emulate either their style or their success, their path, you know what I mean?
All the time. I watch the UFC events. I'm a huge fan of the UFC. And there's probably one fighter from each event that the next day in training I try to do a little something like they did. I'm always stealing things.
Was there anybody in particular who you really enjoyed watching? Or?
Anderson Silva was actually, I actually, try a lot of things that he does in his fights, going, throughout the years, so him, there's a lot of guys. I love Cain Velasquez is probably one of my favorite fighters. His tenacity, his relentlessness is, so there's a bunch of guys, but yeah, I'm always trying to, take some positive things from guys, that's how you get better. You can't ever think you have everything, figured out.
Thank you.
Hello, big fan.
Thanks, man.
You got the Anderson Silva fight. Then you're in a paper-thin division. Don't you think a move up would be your best career choice?
You think I'm in a paper-thin division?
I mean, you got Vitor, you got Bisping, who I think you'd crush, no problem. No real threats, and there's no real legends after Anderson Silva. Don't you think if you win the title?
Hey, I'm not going to bash my weight class because I think it's a very tough weight class, but
No,
I know you. No,
I mean, you don't have the legends. You don't have.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, but sometimes the legends are past their time. That's why they're legends.
Yeah,
so,
but there's still a lot of hungry contenders coming up in more 205 than there is at middleweight.
All right, we'll go with you right now. Yeah, I'll do whatever the UFC wants me to do. I mean, if I beat Anderson Silva, I can see it there being an immediate rematch.
Yeah.
I really could see that happening. If not, whatever. I'll do whatever fight. I mean, the 85. I feel the other guys who are working hard right now to come up the ladder. I have no problem fighting them. And the UFC wants me to go 205. I'll go 205.
All right, thank you.
Oh, thank you. You again? This guy actually was behind me in the Holland Tunnel.
No, you were behind me in the Holland Tunnel.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't know if this is allowed, but you know that carnival game where someone guesses your weight, then you see if they're right or not?
Yeah.
You want to guess how much I weigh, and then we check it out? Because I don't know. I've been trying to get a scale.
I don't know if you're allowed to step on. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, this scale is certified.
All right. That's what I thought. So how much, if you had to guess? I mean, I don't know the answer, but I don't have any other questions.
All right. So. I'm going to go with 222.
All right.
What do you think?
I would say probably about 225. So.
I'm good.
Thanks.
I'm good. I win. What's up, buddy?
I was wondering if you could sign my hat.
Okay, yeah, 100%. Do that right now? Yeah. We got 10 minutes, and then I'll do that. So just, I guess, wait down here, and I'll do that. No problem. We're back here? All right.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I have 2 questions. Do you still train jiu-jitsu in the gi? And if so, how much do you incorporate into your MMA training with the gi? And what's your toughest weight cut to date?
Well, no, I actually haven't done gi in years. When I first started off, I did a lot of gi. For me, I think gi is really good to learn all the basics, to get everything down. But, you know, I fight with no gi, you know, so I have to figure that out. I don't want to waste my time trying to figure out, you know, if I was doing gi every day, I would want to be the best in gi. And I'd be wasting my mental thought time thinking about how to do gi chokes because, you know, and how to defend that. I'm just kind of wasting my time. I have a short window to do the best I can in MMA and become the best MMA fighter. So I do a lot no gi. And then what was the second part?
The toughest weight cut to date for you.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, Damian Maia fight. You know, 10 days, 32 pounds in 10 days. Really 9 days. It wasn't good. It was not good. But never do it again. Thank you.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. I just have one question.
Okay.
If I was Anderson Silva, what would you have to say to me right now?
Ooh. That's a good question. I would say, you know, I'm actually going to see him in a couple of days, actually. But no, I got nothing against Anderson Silva. I think he's the greatest of all time. But you know, I'm going to go in there and try to take his head off and put him on his back and look to submit him. I'm going to just, you know, nothing personal, just going to do my thing.
Thank you.
Thank you. Innocent looking Anderson Silva.
Hey, Chris, how we doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good, good. So just touching on what a couple other people said earlier, you have a very similar fighting style to that of Chael Sonnen, and he kind of set the stage as to how to beat him. But I think you are a more powerful striker and have better jiu-jitsu, and you've said yourself that you're very confident in your own game. What do you think, if anything, Anderson Silva is better than you at?
I mean, you got to give him the stand-up area. I mean, he's time and time again, he's dominated, you know, top guys with the stand-up and great counter-puncher and kicker. So, I mean, I just don't have the credentials to think I could do that, you know. So, but I think the areas that I'm better in, obviously, wrestling and jiu-jitsu.
So are you going to be comfortable standing with him, or are you going to try to just make
100%, because when I'm standing with him, he doesn't know, like, Chael dropped him I don't know how many times. I'm sure you guys know.
2 or 3.
Yeah, 400? Yeah. And, I mean, is Chael the best striker in the world? No, but when he has to worry about the takedown, it's either one or the other. You know, he's either getting punched in the face or I'm taking him down. He's going to have to figure that out. You know, it's going to be a chess game out there.
And one last thing. Me and my buddies were wondering if you're going to be taking pictures or signing autographs afterwards.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, do you know where?
I'm doing, hang on, what am I doing tonight? I'm going to Gold Bar in the city. I think I'm doing something with there. And then tomorrow at Chris Michael's between 1 and 4, I think. I'm going to be there. Chris Michael's is in Jersey, right around here.
Awesome, yeah.
So I'd say head over there. And other good fighters are going to be there too. I think Bader, Bermudez, and Akiri Krasani, something like that.
All right, good luck, future champ.
All right, thanks. I'll do you. Yeah.
All right. Hey, Chris, I just wanted to say I think you're the man.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I like the shirt.
Yeah. No,
I don't like Ariel Helwani.
That's
but
what I
I
was
like
going to say. If Ariel Helwani's in the house, I got a new design for your T-shirt line. I don't know if you're here. I was trying to find you, but
oh wow,
check it out.
That's
pretty
different,
good, right?
huh?
Yeah, I got these printed out. So if you're in the house, Ariel,
he's probably
come find
actually
me,
he's
yeah.
going to be interviewing me in a little bit, and I think he's right here behind the screen. If you had the Gallones, he'd be stepping out right now, but
yeah, you could tell him you saw me then.
All right, yeah,
thanks.
But that's better than the he kind of knocked off the Nike symbol, right?
I thought it was pretty.
No,
but
okay.
oh yeah, we got it.
Oh, another one. There you go.
All right, well I can't wait to see your fight.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
What's going on, Chris?
What's up, man?
Training with Matt Serra and having him be a former welterweight champion, has he given you any special advice for the mental aspect of going into a title fight?
Yeah, 100%. Just go out there and you know, he's helped me a lot through my career. Just getting used to being able to deal with the fans and how to handle that, the pressure and different things like that. Just being in the room with the guy, he doesn't have to say a word. When you're around guys who've been where you want to go, it just gives you a confidence and a certain, certain confidence to be able to achieve that. So he's helped me a lot.
Thanks, man. Good luck.
Thank you. You're a wrestler.
Yeah.
Did you just come from wrestling practice?
No.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about the 2020 Olympics coming out of the Olympics?
No, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, it's the oldest sport in the world, and I don't think it's going to come out of the Olympics. Don't worry, you're going to have a chance to be in the Olympics. So we got to fight that strong though, and stay vocal and
Thank you.
be on the social media. Yeah, no problem.
And also, can you sign my wrestling headgear?
Without a doubt, I'd love to. Yeah, just
Thank
come
you.
down here. I'll sign a couple of things for you guys. Yep. What's up, man? You're back.
Yeah, brother. First thing is, what one song would you say gets your juices flowing the most when you're working out?
Juice is flowing. Just kidding.
Not that kind of workout.
Yeah, I know. I like my walkout song, I Won't Back Down, Tom Petty. That really
Solid.
gives me a little chills. Anything that gives me a little bit of a chill when I hear it, I'm down for it.
Also, my second and last question is, what non-fighter celebrity would you love to smash a hole in? Once again, not in that way.
You're really messing with the line there. No, just habitual line stepper. What am I? I don't know. I don't have anybody. I'm a nice guy. I don't want to punch anybody. Yeah. Who would you punch in the face?
Probably Ariel Helwani.
Wow. You really don't like him? I gotta keep you on the mic. You don't like him, huh?
No, I think he's kind of just too much. He tries to make himself bigger than he should be.
Wow. So he's a little arrogant?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think the Eggs fighter is on to say stupid things that they don't need to say.
No, I know.
Mitrione, for example.
It is his job. I think he is, one of the top reporters in the game. He has to do that. That's what you guys like to see, right? A little bit of drama. So.
Yeah, but not manufactured.
All right. I ain't fighting with you. Thank you, though. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Okay. What's up, man?
What's up, God buddy? First off, how's the shoulder?
100%, man.
You're good? No,
100%.
nothing lagging or anything like that?
Nothing.
Good.
Full strength, sparring.
Good for you, man.
My man John Vellante, by the way, you guys should start following. He's fighting tomorrow, so you guys should start following him. I've been sparring with him through his whole camp and feeling great.
Good to hear. My other question for you is, you're still relatively new to the sport. You've been doing it 4 years. You've had 9 fights. It's almost like a John Jones-esque just shoot to the top. I mean, your 10th fight, you're fighting consensus. I'm a Sonnen fan, so it hurts me to say this, but the consensus greatest fighter of all time. You ever kind of just separate yourself from the moment and say, wow, I've had a lot of this stuff come in very quickly. Like, how do you see the way your career path has gone so far?
I've been in a rush since day one, man. I know this is going to be a short career. I want to be a young champion, so I'm not looking back at, this is like a lot. No, I'm full-fledged into this, and I wanted it now. There was no other way.
We're the same age. I know it doesn't look like it because, my six-pack isn't as developed. No, we're the same age,
Wow.
so you put me to shame. But yeah, that's awesome, man.
That.
Good luck in July.
Thank you. I appreciate it. What's up, man?
What's up? Can we not talk to Lorenzo, Dana, Reed, whoever, and get a expo on this side of the East Coast so that the fans can get an expo over here?
Hey, I'll tell you what. Get it legalized in New York, and we'll bring an expo here, all right?
I'm all for it, brother. And can I get you to sign this before you leave?
Yes.
Thanks.
All right, just a couple more questions, guys.
Hi, Chris.
You guys What's up, man?
My name is Ismael. I'm Brazilian. Anderson fan, then.
All right, good. It's all good. It's all good.
Before the second fight, Chael said a lot of bullshit about our country and Anderson family and all. As a man, do you think that's right? What do you plan to do when it's your time, man?
I think when Chael Sonnen started first coming out and really being, really out there with what he's saying, everyone was like, oh, this guy's the worst. Everyone hated him. But when he stayed consistent with it, everybody started understanding his humor and where he was going and the way he was promoting a fight. And that's why he has a lot of fans here today, because you know who he is. If anybody who's ever really spoken to Chael, he's just genuinely a really great guy. So you kind of know what what he's doing, and I think it's great for the sport. You know, but I understand, you know, the Brazil comments were definitely a little crazy.
As a man and as someone that is trying to be a champion, what do you think that it's the certain thing to do?
You know, it's an entertainment business, but at the same time, it's a sport. So you do have to kind of play both sides. Me personally, it's, you know, I just want to focus on fighting, but you can't just do that. You know, there's a lot of guys who miss out on opportunities because they're not going out there and speaking a little bit. So you have to go out there and talk, and you have to sell a fight.
Thanks, man.
Yep, thank you.
How you doing, Chris?
What's up, buddy?
My question is, the two fighters that gave Anderson his best fight, Chael and Patrick Cote, two very different fighters, Cote the striker, Sonnen the grappler. How do you think you have the heart to compete with Anderson? Because those are what they both had, and that's what got them as far as they did.
Yeah, I think the common denominator with both those guys that they were confident and they weren't scared of Anderson. They were going to walk forward and do what they said they were going to do. And I plan on doing the same exact thing.
Best of luck.
Yep, thank you. What's up? One more? One more. What's up, man? Who shut his mic off?
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Hey, Chris, I'm just wondering, as you were coming up, when did you really realize that fighting, you were going to make a living as fighting? And was there ever a moment in your career when you, like a dark moment when you thought, like, is it all worth it?
Yeah, I had, you know, after I tried out for the 2008 Olympics and didn't work out for me, and ended up getting injured before the trials. And I had a choice. You know, I knew I was, at that point, you know, the most athletic I've ever felt. I felt like my potential was really there. I didn't want to just give up and start working something. So it was, my choices was either, you know, continue to the 2012 Olympics or try MMA. And once I had my first sparring session, I realized this was definitely for me. Awesome. And I went from there.
And could I get this signed?
Yes. You come on down.
Okay, so they sent me up here when we started with the Ariel Helwani bashing, all right?
You're here
yeah.
to... Really?
So, I told Ariel when I saw I saw a shirt with his name on it that the sport had peaked.
That is awesome. I know, it's over. It's
Ariel's
over now.
a good guy. He really is. He's a very good guy. He's worked really hard to get where he is today, and just like all of them, yeah. All right, so the winner, if we had a creepiest question, we all know who would have won that, right? All right. The winner is this little gentleman down here asking about the 2020 Olympics, because that's a huge cause. That's something we all need to do. Listen, wrestling is the base of our sport, and some of our greatest fighters, like Chris Weidman, come from a wrestling base. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Weidman.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Love you all. Love you.
All right, we're going to run some stuff on the screen. We got the weigh-ins at